Right, so second season with Liverpool, and for the first time in this entire series, we start a season as champions. Liverpool, Premier League winners, and the parade was lovely, but that's last season now. This year the mission is obvious, the one that got away, that Juventus night still stings, and the Champions League is a trophy this club is obsessed with. So let's try to go get it. First up, the season review from the board. They say we weren't able to achieve all of our objectives, which fair, the cups were a mess, but the league title brought us a lot of goodwill. They're calling it a satisfactory performance overall, and they want me to stay, so we stay. And then this lands, because of the savings I made last season, the board has bumped the transfer budget up to 276 million. That's proper money, let's try to spend it wisely. Right, so the plan for the window, two problems to fix. First one, on the wings, we don't have a traditional winger to push Toure and Olise, and with Gakpo getting on, there's no real competition out wide. Also, Gakpo last season wasn't the best coming off the bench. And the second one is the center back. We've only got two genuinely world-class ones, and we all saw what happened in the Champions League when Saliba got injured, so a winger and a center back. Let's go shopping. First one in, Bradley Barcola from PSG, 104.6 million, proper winger, rapid, and we know exactly what he can do because we played against him in the quarterfinal. Now Toure and Olise have real competition, breathing down their necks. Also, sort of made sense considering how heavily he is linked with Liverpool right now in real life. We'll see where that goes. Also, Arsenal with a crazy offer for Nilsson, but yeah, no, he's just too good. Second signing, Nico Schlotterbeck from Dortmund, 85 million, world-class center back, left-footed, and he walks straight into the first 11 next to Saliba. Garcia drops to the bench, and honestly that might be his best role. He can cover center back and right back, so he becomes the utility man, and that fixes the squad depth problem from last year. Going the other way, Cody Gakpo off to Brentford for 36.4 million, getting on with age, didn't really make an impact off the bench last year, so when the offer came in, it made sense for everyone. And Chiesa also left last season on a free. So this is how we line up now. Mamardashvili in goal, Kerkez, Schlotterbeck, Saliba, Coyote at the back, Gravenberch sitting, Wirtz and the captain Szoboszlai ahead of him, and the front three, Barcola on the left, Olise on the right, and Nilsson. That front line is genuinely frightening. And also this is how we line up for our first game. No easy going into this season. First game, Community Shield, Wembley against Manchester City. Basically a rematch of last season's title race. It's only a curtain raiser, but a trophy is a trophy, and beating City is never just a friendly. Let's see where we're at. 10 minutes in, Wirtz wins the ball back in midfield, sees the run of Nilsson, sends him through with his left, and he buries it. 1-0, Nilsson opening our season up, first of many this year hopefully. It wasn't long before City came back at us, some weird bouncing around the box, and Mamardashvili with a great save. Then Coyote immediately gives it away, and he has to save us again. Mid-season form already, this man. And here's the dangerous bit again, Haaland into the channel, just wide. Into the second half, straight from kickoff, Nilsson over the top to Olise, and Donnarumma gets to it. We really wanted a second here. Gravenberch to Barcola, can he get a debut goal? Not this time, Donnarumma again. But then 64th minute, Wirtz and Gravenberch combine, a lovely 1-2, and Wirtz fires it with his left into the back of the net. 2-0, and that should be that. And we held them off comfortably until the end. First trophy of the season, the Community Shield. Not the Champions League, not the Premier League, but a trophy is a trophy. Another one in the cabinet. And more importantly, it says we're ready for the season. City beaten, new signing settling in, Nilsson already scoring, good start. League campaign starts now, Birmingham at home, newly promoted, and this is exactly the kind of game champions win without drama. Let's set the tone early. And we start strong, Nilsson sends Barcola through, what a pass that is, one-on-one, and the keeper saves it. Still no debut goal for him, it's coming though. They carve out a chance of their own, and Mamardashvili with a really good save, business as usual. Then Coyote on the right, sees Olise, simple pass, simple finish, our first Premier League goal of the season, and is the star man who gets it. Another attack, Gravenberch, Kerkez, Barcola, inside, finds Nilsson, it's 2-0. Nice finish from him, and his first goal in the league as well. Second half, ball into Olise, takes the defender out of the game, finishes with his right, keeper gets a hand to it, not enough. 3-0, comfortable. Mamardashvili keeping the clean sheet intact until the 90th minute, ball inside, near post finish, and the clean sheet's gone. Annoying, but the game was long dead. 94th minute, one less shot from us, wide, and that's that. 3-1 against the newly promoted side, job done, no fuss. And now the big one. Our Champions League draw is out, and this is how it looks. Paris and Real Madrid headline it, plus Slavia, Rangers and the rest. A tough set of fixtures, but honestly with this squad the aim is clear. Finish top 8, skip the knockout playoff round entirely, and go straight through. That's the standard now, and remember what this competition means this season. This is the one we're chasing. Next up, Wolves, another one we should be winning comfortably, but they've hurt us before, so no complacency. 17th minute, Nilsson to Olise, just wide. They come back with a nice chance of their own, but Saliba attending to his defensive duties as always. Then Barcola on the left, cuts inside, takes out two defenders, gets the shot off, saved, but Szoboszlai is there for the rebound. The captain puts us ahead. Then a scramble at our end, first shot blocked by Saliba, second one saved by Mamardashvili, and the third, somehow they don't score. Second half, a mistake from them, Nilsson picks it up, running at goal, can he finish? The keeper saves again. Their keeper's having a proper game, I have to say. But you can't save everything. Wirtz, and what a rocket that is. His long shots have been unreal lately. He reminds me a bit of Coutinho, honestly. And here again, they should score. Saved by Mamardashvili and off the post from close range. I generally don't know how they haven't scored yet. But that's football. Straight up the other end, Nilsson behind for Barcola, and there it is, his first league goal for Liverpool. 3-0, and now just see it out and protect the clean sheet. But we weren't done. 85th minute, Jones over the top to Nilsson, and he just smashes it into the back of the net. 4-0. Clean sheet, 4 goals, our new forward scoring, and Wolves probably wondering how they lost by 4, but that's how you start a season. 2 wins from 2 in the league and a trophy already in the bag. Time to start the Champions League campaign, and I'm rotating a bit for this one. We're playing Benfica, and it's a chance for the squad players. The big call, Samuelsson gets a start up top. The other young Swede at the club, not Nilsson level obviously, but there's real potential in there, and I want to see it. Garcia comes in, Jones, Nioni, McAllister, Toure, and Elliott all start. Let's see if this bites us. And it bites us almost immediately. João Rego, what a strike. Mamardashvili can't get near it. 1-0 down. 40th minute, Mamardashvili with an important save to keep it at 1-0. But right before halftime, another shot inside our box, and it's 2-0. So the rotation gamble is officially not going well. Time to fix it. Second half, Olise, Wirtz and Ferran Torres all come on, and straight away Olise sends Elliott through. He sees Ferran Torres inside, simple finish, game on. Then Ferran Torres sends Wirtz through, and can the substitute make an impact? Yes, he can. Level at 2-2, and what a start to the season this man is having. 86th minute, they nearly nick it back. Mamardashvili says no. So, 2-2, a point from a game we were losing 2-0, so I can't be too angry, but let's be honest, the rotated 11 didn't show up and the first choice lads had to rescue it. Lesson learned, point taken, moving on. Back to the league, and it's Brighton, one of the top sides last season. They finished in the European spots. This is the first proper test of the league campaign. And they start on the front foot, but look at this, a double block from Coyote, massive. And then Schlotterbeck as well, what a lovely tackle to break up the play. Glad to see 85 million came with defending included. Going forward though, we could not get a goal in this half. Barcola slides in Nilsson, lovely pass, somehow he can't finish it. Then Barcola on this left side again, this time he decides to go alone, goes just wide. Nilsson tries an overhead kick right before the break, nothing. 0-0 at halftime, and it's getting a bit nervy. But the second half, what a ball from Szoboszlai, and Nilsson just outruns his man. He is not catching him, one-on-one, and he finishes. Finally. 65th minute, they're pushing for something. They get a shot off, but Mamardashvili, nice save. And right before the final whistle, Coyote again blocking the cross. He's grown so much since last season, honestly, and that's that. 1-0, not the most comfortable scoreline. We should have scored 3 or 4, but the defense was on point for the entire 90 minutes, and they won us the game. On we go. Back in the Champions League, away at Marseille, rotated again but not as heavy this time, learned my lesson, and it looks better already. Jones to McAllister, inside 10 minutes, 1-0. But then, right before the 40th minute, what a goal this is. Launched into the top right, Mamardashvili can't get near that one, nothing you can do, level. Right before halftime, Elliott into Samuelsson, and he can't finish. And look, I'll be honest, I think he's blown his chances at this point. Like, he's giving me nothing, because look, Ferran Torres, he comes on and he scores. Nice pass from Wirtz, sees the run, immediately sends him through, and we are back in front. But a few minutes later, they come again, and this one is just poor defending, honestly. Couldn't get the ball off him, too strong for us. Level again. One last chance at the end, can't score, and it finishes 2-2. Second draw from 2 in the Champions League. 2 points from 6 is not the start we wanted in the competition we're supposed to be winning. Needs to improve fast. Straight back into the league, and it's the big one, City. The title rivals, the team we beat to the trophy by 2 points and the hardest game on the calendar. 7th minute, cross inside, and of course it's Haaland. Of course it is. That man scores against us like it's his hobby. 1-0 down early. And just a few minutes later, Haaland gets the ball back inside, and it's nearly a second, just off the post. We are getting opened up here. We finally get a nice chance. Barcola, Donnarumma saves it. Then a lovely move Nilsson to Olise. Olise with a perfect ball to Barcola, and Donnarumma keeps that one out too. Two big moments and we take neither. And you know how this goes. Miss your chances against City, get punished. Reindeers just outplays us, could not stop him all day, and he finishes it nicely. 2-0, 90th minute, and that's how it ends. 2-0, our first league loss of the season, and it's the same story as every City game. Small margins, they take theirs, we don't take ours. They are honestly the one team in this league that worries me. Title race is officially on. Oh, and the EFL Cup, simmed it. Not going to pretend I'm emotionally invested in this one. 4-2 against Spurs, we're through. Lovely, moving on. Anyways, next game, Chelsea at Anfield. Time to bounce back against City, and let's see if we can get the 3 points. We get off to a great start. Barcola here finds Nilsson. 10 minutes in, 1-0. Exactly what we needed. Few minutes later though, they get on the attack, and initially good defending from Schlotterbeck, but Kayore gives it straight away. João Pedro and Mamardashvili. Nice save. He seems to be enjoying himself. Anyways, second half, lovely chance, Olise into Nilsson, and somehow the keeper gets to it. 60th minute, they're in our box, shot away, takes a deflection off Szoboszlai, and they're level. Nothing Mamardashvili can do with a deflection like that. 88th minute, they almost get another, Mamardashvili saves. Please hold on, lads. And then the 90th minute, Estevao, way too much space, and he punishes us. 2-1 Chelsea at Anfield in the last minute. 2 losses in a row in the league, still top of the table, but the cushion is gone and City are right there. But we get some very good news here. The Ballon d'Or winner for 2031, Pontus Nilsson, our number 9, 38 goals, a Premier League title, and now the biggest individual award in football at 24. Very proud of him. But anyway, off to St. James's Park. 2 league losses in a row, so no more messing about. This is a must-respond game. 33rd minute, Szoboszlai over the top into Olise, and it's 1-0. That's the response I wanted. Second half, Olise again on the right, cuts inside, goes alone. They give him way too much space, and it's 2-0. Both goals his today. Then a lovely ball into Nilsson from Elliott, brings it down beautifully, just wide. 90th minute they get a corner, and Gravenberg off the line. What a clearance to keep the clean sheet. So 2-0, finally getting the 3 points again. That's more like it. And now at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid, and we had to win this game because honestly we're not sitting nicely in the table right now. We had too many draws against teams we should have beaten, so let's try to get this one instead. Nilsson here, 10th minute, and it's 1-0. Very nice start. And he's not done. Pass from Olise, very nice. Bottom left corner, 20 minutes in, 2-0, and we're running riot at the Bernabeu. But it's still Real Madrid. Mbappe, initial save from Mamardashvili, but he gets the rebound. 2-1 at the break, and you just know this isn't done. 53rd minute. What a strike this is from Nilsson. Off the crossbar and in. Look at that finish. I couldn't have placed it better myself. That's the hat-trick at the Bernabeu, just few days after winning the Ballon d'Or. 62nd minute though, lovely passing from them, Mbappe into Pearson, and it's 3-2 with half an hour to go. Here come the nerves. And then Kayode, what a mistake. Mbappe opens up his body, just wide. Thank you, football gods. And in the 90th minute, Kerkez with the interception sends it long, and the referee blows. We won at the Bernabeu 3-2, and what a night, a Nilsson hat-trick away at Real Madrid. The week he wins the Ballon d'Or, and more importantly, our Champions League campaign is still alive. Back in the league after that Bernabeu night, and they nearly punish us straight away. Shot saved by Mamardashvili, and the rebound. How has he not scored that open goal? They hit the post. But a few minutes later, they get in behind again, and this time they finish it. 1-0 Villa, and that's how the first half ends. Second half, they nearly get a second, and what a reaction save that is. Mamardashvili keeps us in this game. And we finally wake up. Barcola sends Nilsson through, he gets his goal, level. 10 minutes later, roles reversed, Nilsson slides Barcola through, they cannot catch him, and it's very nicely placed. 2-1, turned around. And then Szoboszlai, what a pass this is. Nilsson, bottom right, 3-1. 93rd minute, one last chance for them, but Saliba is in the right place at the right time, collects it, done. 3-1, horrible first half, turn it around in the second one, we'll take it. Old Trafford United, this fixture needs no introduction, first chance and it's Olise, lovely bit of skill to lose his defender, fires it into the left side, 1-0, Kayode with the assist. 10 minutes later, same song, second verse, Kayode sees Olise inside and he scores again. 2 goals for Olise, 2 assists for Kayode. They are cooking on this right side. Olise here nearly has the hat-trick. Nice try, saved. 62nd minute, nice pass from Nilsson and Barcola just passes it into the back of the net. Calm as anything, 3-0, and we are demolishing United at the Theatre of Dreams. That's how it finishes, 3-0 at their place in the derby. No complaints, no drama, just a beating. Lovely stuff. EFL Cup, simulated as always, you know the policy by now. 3-1 against Chelsea, we're through. If somehow we stumble into the final, I'll show up for that one, maybe. And from one derby into another, Everton, the Merseyside derby. These are never pretty, but they're always worth 3 points. 25th minute, their big moment of the half, Amardashvili with a big save. And honestly, that was the only thing that happened in this entire half. But straight into the second one, Olise on that right side finishes with his right, 1-0 in the derby. Then Wirtz from range, and he just tickles the top of the net on its way over. So close. Here, Nilsson over the top to Olise, he brings it down, through on goal, and it's 2-0. His second of the derby, and he has been absolutely pivotal these past 2 games. And here it comes, Gravenberch has a pop from range, keeper saves it, and Olise, what a finish, acrobatic, look at that. A hat-trick in the Merseyside derby, 2 against United, 3 against Everton. The man lives for derby week apparently. Last minute they break down the right and Schlotterbeck, what a tackle, wipes out the attacker, wipes out Kerkez as well, keeps the clean sheet, probably enjoyed it too. 3-0, derby won, clean sheet kept, Olise with the match ball. After that Chelsea wobble, we've now put together a proper run. It's looking very, very good. Quick look at the squad at the halfway point. Top of the list, who else? Nilsson, 22 goals in 27. The Ballon d'Or winner, just doing Ballon d'Or things. Then Olise, 18 goals and 7 assists. Derby week alone got him 5 of those. Complete opposite of last season's slow start. He's been our second star this year. Barcola, 11 goals and 8 assists in his first season. For over 100 million, this is exactly the impact we paid for. No complaints at all. Wirtz 6 and 8, Szoboszlai 5 goals and 10 assists, most in the squad again. The captain just quietly runs the midfield every single week. Ferran Torres 7 goals and 16, mostly off the bench, best super sub in the country probably. And at the back, very solid from everyone. Saliba and Schlotterbeck have been a proper partnership in the middle. Kerkez and Kayode doing their jobs on both sides, and Mamardashvili behind them, cleaning up whatever gets through. 29 conceded all season across every competition, and honestly most of those weren't even their fault. Overall, genuinely happy, everyone is contributing, the new signings have settled instantly, and the squad finally has real depth. Now the second half of the season is where it counts. So, it's January, and this is how the table looks. 21 games played, 16 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses, 51 points, and we're top. 5 clear of City, 9 clear of Arsenal, and we got the best attacking record in the league. So let's just try to keep this consistency throughout the second part of the season. In the Champions League, however, we're sitting 9th, not where we want to be. So 2 games left to go. Let's make sure we grab 2 wins and go straight to the next stage. Couple of cup matches that I simulated. First one against Port Vale in the FA Cup, we won 2-1, so we're through. And the first leg of the EFL Cup against Stoke City, we win 1-0. So back to the games, Sunderland away, should be a comfortable one, but let's actually make it comfortable this time. 18 minutes in, we give the ball away cheaply, simple finish, 1-0 down. Away at Sunderland, losing, not the plan. Then Barcola into Nilsson, lovely pass, lovely finish, and the flag's up, offside, fine margins. But minutes later, same combination, reversed, Nilsson returns the favor to Barcola, no offside this time, nice finish, level. Then Gravenberch into Nilsson, he breaks, nobody's catching him, too strong, too fast, 2-1, turned around inside the first half. And right before the break, Wirtz finds Barcola, times the run perfectly, and the finish is even better. 3-1 at halftime, from 1-0 down, that's a proper response. Second half was much quieter though, until the 85th minute, where Schlotterbeck unfortunately gives away a penalty, and they have a chance to get one back. Hit the post from the spot, but they get a rebound, and it's 3-2. 5 minutes wasn't enough for them though, 3-2, tighter than it needed to be, but we'll take the 3 points. In the Champions League, this was a game we had to win to go to the next round, and straight away Torre into Elliott, sees him back post, and it's 1-0, exactly the start we needed. And right after we score, they nearly answer. Amardashvili, good hands as per usual. Then a chance on the left side, Ferran Torres cuts inside, sees Gravenberch in the middle, first time shot, keeper saves it though. But before halftime, down that left side again, Torre into Ferran Torres, and it's 2-0. extending the lead at the break. And then straight from the restart, a through ball, a run in behind, and they bury it. 2-1. Can we not do this, please? Second half, Jones into Gravenberch, near post, and the 2-goal cushion is back. And to kill it off completely, 78th minute, Elliott passes it inside, Ferran Torres, his second of the game, 4-1. And that is how it finishes, and that is a massive one. Job done in Europe tonight, and the knockout stages are secure. Now it's about climbing into that top 8. Simulated the second leg against Stoke City in the EFL Cup. We lost 1-0, so that means 1-1 on aggregate, and they beat us 8-7 on penalties. But like I said, I'm not too bothered by the EFL Cup. The FA Cup though, the one that we still care about, 2-1 against Millwall, closer than it should have been, but we're through to the next round. That'll do. And now a proper one against Arsenal at the Emirates. They're currently 3rd in the league, so let's see what we can do. 20 minutes in, nice ball into Nilsson, and what a turn that is. Takes the defender completely out of the game. Bottom left, 1-0. Kerkez into Nilsson again, nearly gets the second, but Raya's equal to it. Then Szoboszlai with the free kick, and it's inches away off the bar. And somewhere in all this, we got the second goal. Looks like I missed the recording of it, but I'm pretty sure it was Barcola. Anyways, here another chance from Nilsson. In the 80th minute, they get their big moment, and Mardashvili's hands keep the clean sheet. So 2-0 at the Emirates, Nilsson on the score sheet, big win against the top side, and the gap at the top stays healthy. On we go. And now at the MX Stadium, FA Cup away at Brighton, and the rounds are getting serious now. Rotated the squad again, 7 or 8 changes, but honestly this year I actually trust these lads. The second string has been quietly excellent all season, time to show it, and they start like they mean it. Jones to Torres straight away, keeper saves. But 23rd minute, Gravenberch into McAllister, he gets the shot off, and it's 1-0. So far so good. Before the break here, we're on the attack again. Toure into Ferran Torres. Can he finish it this time? No, the keeper saves it again. Second half though, McAllister into Jones on his left. What a shot, just goes wide. Then a scare, Leoni gives it away cheaply, and we nearly give them one. Off target thankfully, don't do me like that please. Then Elliott, what a cut inside, finds McAllister, and he gets his brace. Like I said, these rotation players have properly stepped up this season. 6 minutes left, and we also decided to get Simonsen another chance today, and look at that, with his left, what a finish that is. Genuinely happy for him, he's needed that. And in the 90th, basically the game was done, but Bajcetic has a pop from outside of the box, takes a deflection, and it's 4-0, 4 different scorers. Very pleased, through to the next round. And now the Champions League knockouts begin. PSV first leg away, let's start this one properly. Or not. 4 minutes in, Diaby just dances through our defenders, passes it inside, and it's 1-0. 5 minutes, come on. But we answer fast. Szoboszlai 2 verts, and they gave him way too much space. You cannot do that, he only needs a yard. Level. Last chance of the half, Olise into Nilsson, and the keeper saves it. And then Diaby again, Schlotterbeck gets robbed, and honestly the guy's been terrorizing us all night. Off the bar, lucky. But then again, Diaby, a slick 1-2, 1-on-1, and this time he buries it. Deserved on the night if I'm honest. That's how it finishes, 2-1, and we got our work cut out for us in the second leg at Anfield. So let's go, 1 goal in it. These are the nights this stadium exists for. 5 minutes in, Barcola, lovely strike, tight angle, just off the post. Then Nilsson sends him through again, almost the same position, and this time, very nice finish. 1-0, level on aggregate, and the place is bouncing. 60th minute, Olise finds Nilsson through on goal, and it's 2. 3-2 on aggregate, and the tie has flipped. One scare left in it though. Schlotterbeck with more poor defending gives them a free shot, and Mardashvili keeps it out. He's having a rough couple of games, Nico. The keeper's bailing him out. 3 minutes later, and Coyote, what a cross. Nilsson, diving header. 3-0 on the night, 4-2 on aggregate. And that is how you fix a first leg. Job done, through to the next round, and the Champions League run rolls on. Next game, FA Cup, and it's another Merseyside derby, this time at Anfield. Rotated a few again, but a derby is a derby, no easing off in this one. First chance is ours, Toure on the left, ball inside to Nilsson, and he's already scored. 1-0 in the derby. 17th minute though, horrible defending. Semenyo gets all the space and all the time he wants, a lovely shot, and we're level. 65th minute, Elliott finds Nilsson, saved, rebound breaks loose, and the keeper lunges at Nilsson, and it's a penalty. We don't get many of those. McAllister steps up, hits it well, and what a save. Still level, of course. But then Gravenberch into Elliott, and he pokes it in 2-1, and honestly, this man deserves a moment. Right side, left side, midfield, wherever I put him, he delivers. One of those quiet heroes of the squad. 80th minute, Toure sees Nilsson inside, simple pass, simple finish, 3-1. Through to the next round, another derby won, and the rotated lads did the business again. Very pleased with that. Next round of the Champions League, and it's Bayer Leverkusen. First leg at their place. These ties are where the season gets decided, so let's take something home. 32nd minute, Wirtz and Olise combine, and Olise gets just enough space. Finesse shot from outside of the box, top left. What a finish that is. 3 minutes later though, they carve us open completely, and it's level. Couldn't even enjoy it for that long. 70th minute, Barcola dancing down the left, finds Ferran Torres. First touch looks like he's messed up, and then somehow, top right corner, what a finish. Impact off the bench again. These subs have been winning us games all season. So, 2-1 away from home, lovely position to bring back to Anfield. Second leg, 1 goal cushion, let's kill this tie early and save ourselves the stress for once. And we get off to a good start, straight from their kickoff, Wirtz wins it back, they're caught cold, and Nilsson is off. 4 players chasing him, not one of them gets close. Bottom left, 1-0 inside 3 minutes. Then we're on the attack again, Nilsson and Barcola combining, Barcola over the top to Nilsson, and just watch this first touch, that is filthy. Half volley in, 2-0 on the night, 4-1 on aggregate, and the tie is basically done inside half an hour. Olise here gets a shot off, but not enough to beat the keeper. Second half, we're controlling it mostly, they do carve out one chance and they take it. 2-1 on the night, 4-2 on aggregate, annoying but not dangerous. Last act of the game, Samuelson to Elliott, through on goal, straight into the keeper though. And that's the tie, 4-2 on aggregate, and we are through to the next round. The Champions League run is properly alive now. And look at the table, 77 points, City on 63, 4 games left after this one, which means the math is simple, beat Villa and we are champions again. Let's not drag this out. First chance, Barcola with the Ronaldo chop, cuts inside, past 2 men, finesse shot, and they keep it out. That's a warning. Then their turn, Ekitike inside, Saliba with not the best challenge, takes him out. Penalty, and Ekitike is the one to take it, and he just smashes it into the top left. 1-0 Villa, not exactly going to plan. Olise cutting in from the right, and again it's saved from the keeper. Then we get a corner, Nilsson, surely that's in, saved again. Their keeper is having the game of his life here. But then in the second half, Szoboszlai into Nilsson, and finally we get our goal, and it's level. Now to go win the league. And with 5 minutes left, Szoboszlai finds Toure, the substitute. He gets away from his man and finds the corner. 2-1, of course it is. And there it is, champions of England, back to back with 4 games to spare. The trophy lift has to wait for the next home game, so keep the champagne on ice, but the job is done. What a season this is turning into, might even get a treble. Quick look at the FA Cup semis, us against Arsenal at Wembley, City against Fulham on the other side. So here we are at Wembley, first chance falls to us, ball inside to Nilsson, simple finish, 1-0 inside 20 minutes. 30th minute and Gyökeres is through, but he is too slow to set himself, and Mamardashvili is quickly out to cover the angle. Smart keeping. Then the same chance at our end, except Nilsson isn't slow, away from everyone, 1-on-1, smashes it with his left, 2-0 in a Wembley semi-final, but they're not done. Merino inside the box, nobody picks him up, 2-1, 25 minutes to go. Wirtz tries to settle it, saved. They come again, header, Mamardashvili claws it out, massive. Now in the 90th minute, Ferran Torres sends Nilsson through for the hat-trick, 1-on-1, but 1 touch too many, and the keeper gets to it. Doesn't matter, 2-1, we're in the FA Cup final, and the other semi, City beat Fulham 1-0, so it's us and City at Wembley for the cup. That rivalry just will not leave us alone. And in the Champions League, 4 teams left, we get Porto, and on the other side, Club Brugge against City. So on paper, the likely final is us and City, again, in everything, but that's getting ahead of ourselves. Brugge have earned their spot, Porto have earned theirs, and we haven't beaten anyone yet. First leg at Anfield, let's focus. And a very good start. Szoboszlai sees Barcola inside, and it's 1-0 inside 20 minutes. And then Barcola again down that left, again causing problems. Cuts inside, has a shot, but it's saved. 45th minute, and this is a mess. Mamardashvili keeps out the first, Schlotterbeck blocks it off the rebound, and then the corner comes in, header off the crossbar, and it falls straight back to the attacker, 1-1. But the response comes, Ferran Torres into Szoboszlai, makes the run and finishes it very nicely. The captain again in another massive game, back in front. Last 10 minutes they push. This Simek guy has been excellent for them all game, but Mamardashvili has the answer one more time. 2-1 at Anfield, not the cushion we wanted, but a lead is a lead and we've won away in Europe plenty this season. Take it to Portugal. Second leg at the Dragao, 2-1 up on aggregate, 90 minutes from a Champions League final. Let's finish this. First chance is theirs though, Thiago Silva with a shot and Mamardashvili at full stretch keeps it out. Then Szoboszlai does the Szoboszlai thing, perfect through ball, Nilsson one-on-one, nobody catching him, smashed past the keeper, we get some breathing room. And 10 minutes later, he's at it again, receives it, places it past the keeper, tidy as you like, 2-0 inside 35 minutes, 4-1 on aggregate. They're not dead yet though, what a turn from Rodrigo Mora, smashes it in, 2-1. Right before the break, Nilsson over the top to Barcola, and he smashes it with his left, off the post and in, 3-1, 4 goals in one half. Second half, and it's Olise who wants in on it too, beats his man nicely, near post, tidy finish, 4-1 on the night. So that's 6-2 on aggregate, and we are through to the Champions League final. A proper statement performance in Portugal, one game left in Europe, and is the biggest one there is. But first, some silverware, home game done, and we finally get to lift the Premier League trophy, back-to-back champions, Szoboszlai up the steps, and there it goes. Trophy number 1 of the season, and hopefully not the last, because there are still 2 more on the table. The FA Cup final, Wembley, and of course it's City, who else would it be? Trophy number 2 is on the line. And what a start, Wirtz, ball over the top into Nilsson, beats his man, and it's 1-0 in the final. Olise here has a pop from range, nearly creeps in, just wide. Then Gravenberch wins it in the midfield, like he has all season, into Nilsson, who sees Olise making the run, first time, right foot, top bins. 2-0 inside 30 minutes at Wembley, we're in dreamland. And Haaland here gets a shot away, but Kerkez is there to block it. 2-goal lead is still intact. 60th minute though, Doku finds a yard, has a pop, and it's in. 2-1, and it's a final again. But then 81st minute, McAllister on the run, nobody picks him up, and from range he launches an absolute missile past the keeper. What a goal to score in a cup final, 3-1. 94th minute, Foden gets past the defender and pulls one back, but there is no time left for anything more. 3-2 at Wembley, and the FA Cup is ours. Second trophy of the season, second trophy lift in back-to-back games for the captain. Liverpool, your FA Cup winners. And a quick one I have to show you. Fiorentina have won the Europa League 3-0 over Feyenoord in the final. Very nice to see. Very proud of the old boys. This is the final league table. 91 points. City second on 76. Arsenal 68. 15 points clear. Nobody was catching us this year. We ran away with it. And finally, the player of the season goes to one of ours, Olise. Slightly surprised it wasn't Nilsson, but Olise actually outscored him in the league 23-22, so fair enough. Barcola got 18 as well. Szoboszlai top of the assists with 14, Wirtz on 12, and Mamardashvili takes the Golden Glove with 13 clean sheet. We basically emptied the awards shelf. And now, the last game of the season, the Champions League final, and you will not believe who's in it with us. Because Bruges beat City on aggregate. Club Bruges, looking at their starting 11, I honestly recognize about 2 players, but they knocked out some proper squads to get here, so no disrespect and absolutely no complacency. Our 11 is the usual one, the one that's felt untouchable all season. Barcola, Nilsson, Olise up top. Here we go. First real chance, and Wirtz works it all the way to the line. The ball barely squeezes inside, and Nilsson is there to pounce. 1-0 inside 20 minutes, who else but him? Then Schlotterbeck with a big mistake, gives the ball away, and they nearly punish us, but the big man corrects himself, gets the block in, heart attack avoided. Here we have a chance to break from the corner, but the referee decides that's the half. Cheers ref, 1-0 at the break, 45 minutes from the trophy. Second half, and it's Olise on this right side to Gravenberch. He sees Nilsson inside, what a smart pass, but it's an awkward position for Nilsson and it goes just wide. But Bruges honestly a tougher opponent than we expected. Here they get another chance, Schlotterbeck again with the block. 75th minute, Nilsson passes it to Olise. He can't get the ball, but they make a mistake. Pass it straight into Nilsson, but the keeper gets the save. And then again, another mistake from them. Nilsson, this time, finishes it. And you just don't give him two chances like that. That's the goal that surely wins us the Champions League final. Garcia here crosses it in for Ferran Torres late, goes wide. I think the flag was up anyway. 90th minute, they have the ball, and the time is gone. 2-0, it's over. We have done it. Champions of Europe, the trophy this whole season was built around, and one that got away last year, and now it's ours. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the treble. Szoboszlai with his third trophy lift of the season, Premier League, FA Cup, and the big one with the big years. What a captain, what a team. And look at this, Pontus Nilsson finishes the Champions League as the top scorer with 15 goals. So the season review, and honestly, where to start? Nilsson, 44 goals, 15 assists, 15 goals in 13 Champions League games, including a brace in the final, and he's now a 95 rated player at 24. Those numbers don't feel real. Olise, Premier League player of the season, 28 goals up to 92. Him and Barcola, 23 goals himself, made the wings a nightmare all year. Ferran Torres, 13 goals, mostly off the bench, the best super sub in the country. The midfield, Szoboszlai, 12 goals and 19 assists. Wirtz, 10 and 22. Those two just ran games all season. Gravenberch sitting behind them, making the whole thing work. McAllister delivering whenever called on, and Elliott, every single time we needed him on either wing or in the midfield, he produced. Coyote chipping 8 assists from right back too. The one slightly sad note is Toure. Barcola pushed him out of the 11 and he never quite had last season's impact. That's football at this level, but he deserves a mention. Overall, this exceeded everything I hoped for. The whole squad, the first 11, the bench, the reserves, all of it delivered. And there it is, the bus parade through Liverpool, treble winners. The only thing missing from the cabinet is the EFL Cup, and I'm pretty sure Mr. Sterling can live with that. So Barry Sterling has won everything he came here to win: the Premier League twice, the FA Cup, the Champions League, from League One with Sheffield Wednesday to the top of European football, and I think that's the end of the chapter. The climb is complete, time to retire this manager, and maybe time for someone new to start a climb of their own. Thank you for following along, and see you in the next one.